Today's class about computer algorithm. So how do you write the algorithm for taken problem? If you can write algorithm for any general problem also. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is a procedure or formula for solving a problem based on conducting a sequence of specified actions. In mathematics and computer science, an algorithm usually means a small procedure so that will be solves a recurrent problem. It will be solves the problem. So before going to be explain about this algorithm, first of all we can design the program process. In the program designing process, it has two phases. The first one is problem solving phase. Next one is implementation phase. So problem solving phase, it will be creates an algorithm that solves the problem. It will be creates the algorithm and also solves the problem. It translates the algorithm into the programming language, that means coding part. It is implementation phase. So first phase is the problem solving phase, second phase is the implementation phase. First of all, how to analyze the problem, then next one is the how to implement that problem into the program coding. So the next, what is the algorithm? Depends upon this program design process. So what is the meaning about algorithm? It is a step-by-step procedure for solving the problem. So in general, it is a stepwise implementation of your problem. If algorithm written in English like sentence, so that is called the pseudocode. If you can write the algorithm in English like sentence, it is called a pseudocode. If you can take any computer science problem or mathematical problem that can be written in the analytical steps using with English like language, that must be called pseudocode. Here the properties of algorithm is, first if we create input, next output, next finiteness, next definiteness, effectiveness. So what is the meaning of input? Input means algorithm must have 0 or more number of inputs you will be taken to solve your problem. So the next, what is the output? Algorithm must be produced one or more outputs. So if you can release your problem one or more outputs. So finiteness, algorithm must be terminate in the countable number of steps. Your algorithm must be terminates with the countable number of steps. It is a finite number of steps of your algorithm. So definiteness, each and every step of your algorithm must be started clearly. Very clearly you can write your algorithm is called a definiteness. The next, effectiveness, each and every step of your algorithm must be easily convertible into the programming statement. Once you can write the algorithm, so that all steps will be converted very easily into the program coding. So first example of this problem, so one of the problem is there, so that problem is how to find out the average of three numbers. So you can write the algorithm for this. So first of all, so how to write the algorithm for this? Add three numbers and find out the average of three numbers. First of all, start your problem. Then next, read any three numbers for this, that is A, B, C. Then next, after getting the three numbers of A, B, C, so normally can compute them. So here computation is sum of these three numbers. You can write sum equals a plus b plus c. So the next, finally you can find out the average of these three numbers. You can write the computational statement here. Computational analytical step is here, that is the average equals sum by 3. Then next, print the average value. You can print that average value, then stop your algorithm. So what is your analysis of this problem is there. So your analytical steps of this algorithm is, first you can start, next you can read ABC, next compute sum of these three numbers, then next compute the average. So finally you can print the output of the average, then next stops your algorithm. That is the example of the algorithm. Then next, here is, so algorithm has finite number of steps and some steps may involve decision making and repetition. So these finite number of steps are involved in decision making and repetition. First of all, these broadly speaking in three types. One is control structures used in the algorithm. So these broadly classified into three. Number one is sequence, number two is decision, number three is repetition. Sequence means each and every step of the algorithm is executed in the specific order, particular order. An algorithm can be written already for this sequence. So algorithm to add three numbers and find the average. This is the example of sequence statement. So it can be write the steps sequential order. The next, decision making. Decision statement. So these decision statements are used, the execution of the process depends upon the outcome of some condition. This execution is depends upon the certain condition is called the decision making statements. Here you can write if condition. So it is true, it will be makes some process. It is false, it will be going to be taken as the else part process. So here is a if condition. So that is the context is any statement that may evaluate either true or false. So here is a decision making statement that we can also stated here. If condition, then process 1, else process 2. So this is the form. This is commonly known as the if else construction. Here if the condition is true, then process 1 will be executed. So if the condition is false, else process is executed. So this is the process of if condition. Then next, in the decision making algorithm, with the decision making analytical steps involved in this algorithm. So you have to write the algorithm to test the equality of two numbers. Equality of two numbers. It is not the sequence statement, it is a decision statement. Here first of all start the algorithm, then next input the number A or read the number A, next read the number B, then next you can check the condition, these two are equal or not. If A equals B, then it is true, it will be stated as following of the print equal. So if the condition is false, it will be goes to else part, and also it will be print the not equal string, and also after that end the session of this algorithm. If the condition is true, so process 1 will be executed and going to be end of the part of this algorithm. If the condition is false, it will be taken the else part and also naturally end of the algorithm. This is the decision making. Then next, after that, repetition statement. So this involves executing one or more steps for a number of times that can be implemented with some of the constructive words. Those are while, do while and for loops. These loops are execute one or more steps until some condition is true. So this is the repetition process. Until the condition is true, it will be execute the steps inside of the analytical program. So analytical algorithm, inside we have to write the some of the steps. These are repeatedly executed. Here is the algorithm. So this algorithm is to print the first 10 natural numbers. First of all, initialize the value of I is 1. Then next, this will be repeated up to 10 times. This repetition steps will be involved and also depends upon the condition. This repetition process is depends upon the condition that is involved in the step number 2. So that is while I is less than or equals 2. So if the up to this condition is true, while the condition is true, it will be execute the 3 and 4 steps repeatedly. So if the condition is true, so that means while the condition is true, print the value of I, that is initialize the value of I is 1, that will be printed. Then next automatically increment the value of I, that is I equals I plus 1, that is 2. So then next it will check the condition while that I value is lesser than or equals n. So while the condition is true, otherwise until the condition is true, it will be repeats the 3-4 steps. This is the process here. Here the process is depends upon the condition and also I equals I plus 1. So this is the computation. So after that it will be print the value of I is depends upon the condition and also computational statement of I equals I plus 1. So this is the repetition statement of the algorithm. The next, some of the examples of this algorithm. So you have to find the larger number of 2. So first of all you can take the input for AB. First of all you can start the algorithm. Then next you must be taken as 2 numbers. So read A, read B. Then next you can check the condition. If that A is greater than B, it's okay, no? So it is true, it will be print the value of A and also so come out of this if condition and also end of the algorithm. So otherwise A is greater than B is false. So going to be step in else part. In this else part you can write if A is lesser than B. Here this condition is true, print the value of B is the greatest. A is lesser than B. So it is true, it will be print the value of B is greatest. So here the condition here is and also here the condition is false, no? Again it will be comes down and also the 2 numbers are equal, A, B are equal. A is greater than B, print the value of A is greatest and end. So if that is false, going to be taken as else part. A is less than B, it will be check this condition, it's true, B is greatest value and end of the session. So if that is false, so going to be taken as another else part. In that it will be print the numbers are equal. This is the one of the example. Another example for algorithm foundation. So interchanging of 2 values, logic, input, output, all will be including in this. So first of all, so you have to take 2 numbers, read A, read B, and you can swap the numbers, change the places of these 2 values. A value will be shifted to B value will be shifted to A. So this is the logic. So here first of all you can take the another temporary variable. In that temporary variable, so you must be store A value. Then next in that A you can store the B value. Then next you can store in B with temporary location. So the next you can print the AB values. It must be exchanged with the help of temporary memory location. This is the example of another algorithm. Then next another example of this algorithm. So you must be find whether a number is even or odd. So first of all you can check it is even or odd with the help of calculation. That is here you must be start your algorithm. So here is a logic. So you can find out the variable with 2. So how would you find out? Here you are using the modulus operator, that is percent. A by 2 will be given quotient, A percent 2 will be given modulus. Here you can implement the logic with modulus operator. So first of all you can take in the value of A. Then next A percent 2. So for example if your taken value of A is 4, 4% 2, it will be given the modulus is 0. It's true, it will be print even and also end of the algorithm session. For example your taken number is 5, 5% 2, it will be given the output is given the value is 1. So it's not equals to 0. So that must be print if your number is odd and also end of the algorithm. This is the logic and also some of the programming steps can be involved, pseudocode steps can be involved in your algorithm. The next another example for this algorithm. So how to find sum of first n natural numbers. Here is a logic. So you have to take n for taking the natural numbers n. So I equals 1, then next sum equals 0. So repeat the step 4 until I is lesser than or equals n. So in the fourth step you can write sum equals sum plus I. Sum is initially 0, 0 plus present number of I is 1. So next I is incremented, then going to be check this condition while that I value is lesser than or equals n. So that condition is true. So come down and also set the value, compute the value equals sum equals sum plus I. Then next again increment the value of I. So this repetition will be continued. This I is less than or equals n. If the value of I is greater than or equals n, then come out of these repeated steps and also end of your program with the printing of the sum. It will be print the sum and also end of your algorithm session. This is the explanation about algorithm. Thank you, students.